Hey homies, what's going on? I've had my Badman breakfast of tea and Pop-Tarts, and I'm ready for some insane, crazy multiplayer action on Loadout. So I came across this game from watching one of Jack Fragg's videos. He was playing it the other day and I thought, wow, it looks pretty awesome. I wanted to give it a go. I managed to get myself a beta key, and the rest is history, as they say. I only got it today, and this video was from my very first game, so expect some sicker gameplays coming soon, if you guys want them, that is. I have cut some parts out though, as although the gameplay was really good, the whole game lasted over 14 minutes, and that was a bit long, really. So I've managed to cut out some parts of the nothingness to make it a little snappier. I've also got some really nice gameplays from earlier today as well that I'll probably upload maybe early next week. But rest assured, I'm going to be playing the hell out of this thing this weekend because it's just a great laugh. So what is it? Well, it's hard not to compare the art style of this game to sort of Team Fortress 2, and I'm sure those similarities will be drawn by many. But to be honest, it's more like Team Fortress 2 on crack. It kind of has elements of similarity to sort of Borderlands, Team Fortress, even Monday Night Combat, if anyone's played that to a certain extent. But it is its own game. It's got its own playstyle, and it's a very good playstyle at that. I got this game because it looked awesome, and now I've played it, it's very hard to put down. It's insanely addictive and has tons of customizable elements to it, which I'll go through in a later video. But you can completely customize your character with clothes and other items, but the main part of the game is the weapon crafting, where you can pick a base weapon and then change elements like the clip, the barrel, the ammo to make a weapon of your choice. According to their website, there is in fact over 50 million weapon combinations, which if true is pretty insane. It's, as I'm sure you've realised, a third-person multiplayer shooter, but movement is also a key part to the game. You can shoot while jumping, but you can also do dodges in each direction as well, or rolls. The default key is control, or you can double tap in a certain direction to go that way and do like a barrel roll to get away from attacks, or just to make yourself a little bit faster. It's a free-to-play game, or at least it will be when it's out of beta. It's currently in closed beta, but there are keys going around. And the way they're making their money, of course, is using the free-to-play model, where you have to pay for items in the game, such as weapon attachments, clothing for your character to pimp him out. You can actually completely pimp out your weapon and character, so it's completely original to you, which is really, really cool. You can give your guy a chain, a new pair of trousers, a hat. You can then customize your gun, and there's just so much customization in it. It really does make it original to you, and that's probably one of the best parts of the game. Now, the game is completely insane, but in a good way. The game mode I'm playing in this video is one of two that I've played so far. This one is called Blitz. So, at random points on the map, a capture zone spawns, and each team has to get to the point and capture it before the other team does. If they do so, they get a point, and the first team to a set number of points wins. It's that simple. There is also a game mode that I've played called Death Snatch. The name being epic aside, the game mode itself is actually one that many of you will be familiar with if you've played Call of Duty, because it's pretty much kill confirmed. What happens is when you kill a player, you pick up their juice, snatching their death juice, if you will. Sounds a bit dodgy when you say it out loud, but this game doesn't take itself very seriously, so that's all fine. So you pick up the death juice, and that gives you a kill confirmed, and then the first team to a certain amount of death snatches, if you like, wins. I also love the fact that someone described this game as like an episode of Looney Tunes directed by Quentin Tarantino, which to be fair is pretty apt, and I probably couldn't have put it better myself. It's super, super addictive, and as soon as I started playing it, I probably went through 5-6 games. I spent 2 hours just playing it without even realising I was actually, spent that long. It's strange that it's one of the games. I play a lot of these games that come out and betas and things like that, but a lot of them don't really hold my attention. But for some reason this did. And the free-to-play model is something that I find can be a little bit annoying, because there's just so much stuff in the game that you think, oh, this looks really cool. Oh, yeah, need coins for that. and then obviously you'd have to go buy those coins using the in-game store if that's something you want. It's not something I like to do, but you've got to take into account the game's free. They've got to make their money from somewhere, and that's something that a lot of people will do. So it's an element that you've got to bear in mind. It may not look like it as well, but it's actually quite a skill-based game. The idea of the game being third person, and what you've really got to do is you've got to track your opponents really well. You can shoot from the hip or you can aim down the sight, but it does take a good aim to be able to track somebody very well. It's in ways very reminiscent of Quake with the lightning gun. When you're using the assault rifle, you've really got to track your opponents very well, and when you're jumping or moving, you've got to keep that track, and that's where the better players will shine. You've got your rocket launchers as well, and sniper rifles, and that will add to the mix as well. But it is very much a skill-based game in that way, and that's something that from the offset it might not seem apparent. I could actually see this game taking off, in that side of things, in like a competitiveness, because it's a very strong game, in that sense. It's got a good art style to it. It's free to play. It's got some skill-based elements to it as well. And the downside, of course, being the free to play element, where people can just buy extra attachments and stuff. But it could still be popular, as a competitive game. But right now, I'm just enjoying just playing it. It's a great break from the norm from where I'm playing with Counter-Strike. And as I say, just blast a couple of hours away playing this, load it up, and that's probably what I'll be doing most of the weekend, to be fair. As I said, I've only played 2 game modes so far, but what I will try and do is get some videos on the other game modes as well. I know there's a lot more that I haven't even delved into right now. But one thing I did want to pick up on as well is the map design. The maps look awesome. Some of them, this one kind of has like a TF2 feel about it, but there's also one like a sci-fi one that's really cool. And I don't know if you've noticed, but on this map there is an A-Team van. That's right, there's an A-Team van with like futuristic wheels or something. So check that out. Don't want to be missing the A-Team van. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Post below if you want to see more Loadout footage. And as always, like and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one.